Good morning to all. The today topic is assemble and set up the computer system. In this class, we will study how can we assemble or how can we set up the computer system. Objectives of today classes, we will understand how can we do the installation or how can we install. Second is we will know what is the meaning of assemble and setup. How can we assemble and set up the computer system? In third, we know that the classifications of motherboard means what is motherboard, what are its components, and what are the various types of motherboard we have. These are the objectives of today class. In Unit 2, this is the syllabus of Unit 2, performing installation, configurations, and upgrading of microcomputer or computer. Means we will read how can we install the softwares, how can we configure them, or how can we upgrade. Next, we will study hardware and software requirements, what types of hardware and software we need, how can we assemble or set up the microcomputers or computer system. Then we have to study accessory boards, types of motherboard, how many types of motherboard we have, selection of right motherboard, how can we choose this motherboard is good for our computer system, what are the various characteristics or criteria we have to know when we are selecting a motherboard. Next is installation, replacement of motherboard, how can we replace the existing motherboard with a new motherboard, troubleshooting problem with memory, if we have any problem arising with memory, how can we troubleshoot it, means how can we solve it, how can we find the solution of that problem. So these are the topics that we have to study in a Unit 2. Now first is introduction of PC. PC stands for personal computer. We are working on how can we install, how can we configure, how can we upgrade, what software we need, what hardware we need, what is motherboard, what are its various types, how can I select the best motherboard for my computer system. So all these are only related with your PC, means personal computer. So before understanding all other topics, your first task is to understand what is PC. Now start with the introduction of PC. PC stands for a personal computer. A PC is a modular type of computer that can be assembled using hardware components made by different manufacturers. It means PC is a personal computer. PC stands for personal computer, and it is the modular type of computer that can be assembled by using hardware components, which is designed or manufactured by different manufacturers. Next, we have what is the meaning of assemble. We are studying assemble or setup of computer system. Now the question is that what is the meaning of assemble? Assemble means to bring together all the components of computer system. Assemble means we put all the components on a single motherboard or on a single chip. So assemble means you have a different components, like you have a CMOS cell, we have a hard drive, we have a memory chip, we have a fan, transistors, capacitors. We need to put all the components on a single chip or bring all the components together is called assemble. Next is what is assembled computer. Now the question is that what is assembled computer? The assembled computer are those which are made by user and assembled according to our own requirements. It means assembled computers are those computers which are assembled by the user according to their requirement. So PC stands for a personal computer, and it is when it is assembled, it means all its components are assembled or bring together in such a way that by the user, so that it is fulfilling the requirements of user. So assembling of computer system means we just need to bring together all the components on a single chip, but all these components are assembled according to the requirement of user, or all these components are assembled by the user. Now next is how to assemble a basic desktop PC. Now in this we have to follow some steps, that how can we assemble a basic desktop PC. PC stands for personal computer. Step 1, the first step that we have to follow while assembling or while set up the computer system, first step is safety procedures. First is, before starting the assembling of computer system, clean the work area free of clutter and food. It means just clean the area where you want to do the assembling of computer system. Never open a monitor. Remove jewelry and watches. If you are wearing any type of accessories, just remove it. Turn off and remove power plug. Before starting the assembling of computer system, shut down or power off your computer and even remove the power plug. Make it sure that you have a fire extinguishers available where you are going to do the assembling of your computer system. Do not use magnetized screwdrivers. Hands are completely dry. These are the steps you have to follow in safety procedures when you are going to assemble your computer system. Work in a very cool area. Be careful when holding the motherboard. So try to hold the motherboard in a very careful manner or in a very wise manner. This is first step is that clean work area free of clutter and food. So make it sure that the area should be completely cleaned. Next is keep all the components in anti-static bag. This is the anti-static bag. Make it sure that all your components are in a anti-static bags. Use grounded mats, workbench. Try to use this type of workbench when you are going to assemble your computer system. So first, make it sure your all components are in an anti-static bag. This pink color bag is an anti-static bag. So make it sure that your all components should be in this type of bag. And make it sure that you all are using this workbench or grounded mats before assembling your computer system. Then what are the various parts that make up the computer? We have a processors. Second is motherboard. Third is case, then memory, that is called the RAM memory. We have a graphics card. We have a hard drives, then optical drive. We have a power supply, then case fan, then SATA cable, SATA cables. First is processor. Now see what is processor. This is a processor of your computer system. This is a processor. Basically, processor is a device that is used to process the various transactions or instructions. This is motherboard. This is the motherboard. It has various components associated with it. It may have a fan, it may have a CMOS cell, then it may have a processor, CPU chip, it may have a RAM chip, hard drives, capacitors, transistors, various components of motherboard. This is case. Case means this cabinet. This is called case. Memory, RAM memory. This is a memory, RAM memory. This is the graphic card. This is the image of graphics card. Hard drive. We have seen in our previous lecture in our lab. This is hard drive. Optical drive look like this. This is a hard drive and this is a optical drive. Power supply. These two ports are used for power supply. We can connect it with the power. This is case fan. Case fan. These both are case fans. SATA cable. It looks like this. Next step is, before starting or before doing the assembling of computer system, you have to gather some tools. First is screwdrivers and nut drivers. This is screwdriver and nut driver. Second is needle nosed pliers or forceps. It looks like this. Next is cable ties. This is cable ties. Anti-static kit. This is a anti-static kit. Heat sink compound. This is a, these both are heat sink compound. Canned air duster. This is a canned air duster. Utility knife. This is a utility knife. Small flashlight. This is a small flashlight. So these are the tools that you have before setup or before doing the assembling of your computer system. These are the various tools. Make it sure that you have all these tools before setup or before assembling the computer system. Next is open the case. Now you have to open the case. First step to assemble a PC is to deassemble it. If you want to assemble a PC, first you need to deassemble it. Means you have to scatter the components. You have to open the case. Some case only have one removable side panel, but some of the cases have two removable side panels. So it's depend upon your PC. So if you have a one removable side panel, open it. These are the nuts. So you make it sure that you have a nut drivers for opening all these nuts. As we have already discussed, we have the tools. We have a screwdrivers and nut drivers for opening the nuts. So first you need to open the nuts. That's why after that you are only able to start working on assembling of computer system. Before starting the assembling, you just need to deassemble it first. Now preparing to install motherboard. First of all, review the motherboard location map. Check where it is in a computer system. Second, configure the motherboard. Install CPU. We are assembling it. It means now we have opened the case, deassemble the computer system. Now box is completely blank. Nothing in the computer system. Now we are going to assemble it. First step is check where I have to plug in the motherboard. Once it is done, you know the location. Second task is how to configure the motherboard. First, install the CPU, heatsink, fan, RAM. In second, connect the power supply cables to the motherboard power connectors and miscellaneous connectors to correct switches and lights and set the system BIOS. First, you need to check where I have to insert the motherboard. Next is we just need to configure it, means where to install the CPU, then install heatsink, then install fan, then RAM. You have to set all these on the motherboard. Then connect the power supply cables of the motherboard on the power connectors that are present on the motherboard. Then set the system BIOS. Steps to install the motherboard. Now, how can I install the motherboard in the computer system? First is ground yourself. Wear an anti-static wrist strap. This is anti-static wrist strap while working on a computer to prevent causing electrostatic damage. So when you are going to install the motherboard, your first step is to first wear the anti-static wrist strap. This blue color is the anti-static wrist strap that protect yourself from electrostatic damage. Second step you have to follow, replace the input-output panel shield. This is the input-output panel shield, replace it. This is located at the rear of the case where the connectors for motherboard extend out for your monitors. So your second task is to replace this IO panel shields, and it will be located at the end of the case. Rear means end of the case. Find the standoffs. Standoff keeps the motherboard above the case. This is the standoff. Install the standoff. First you need to remove or find the standoffs, then you need to install the standoff. Match the holes on the motherboard with available standoff locations on the motherboard tray. First you need to stand off second. After that, once you're done with the finding the standoff, your next task is to now attach it again. Find the holes and put the nuts to attach the standoff. Place your motherboard on standoff. The holes and the standoff should all line up. Now your task is to place your motherboard on the standoff. Next step is how to install a CPU on a motherboard. Now motherboard is completely installed. Now the task is how can we install now CPU on a motherboard. First is locate the CPU socket. Find CPU socket like this on your motherboard. Find CPU socket on your motherboard. Open the CPU socket. Once you have find the socket, you just need to open it. To open up the CPU socket on the motherboard, you need to first lift up the retention arm, the small metal layer on the side of socket. So first you have to put it off. So first find the CPU socket. Next is open the CPU socket. Third is match arrow and lower CPU into socket. Before picking up your CPU, first look closely at the CPU socket. See over it and look for the small mark or icon in the bottom left corner. So check its arrow very carefully and put the CPU in the CPU socket like this. Now see how can we attach it. Once you have done, then this is look like this. Now how can we put the CPU in a CPU socket, this white color. Lock the CPU socket. Once you have put the CPU in the CPU socket, lock it. Pull the retention arm back into the place. Next is install heat sink and fan. Now motherboard is placed, CPU is installed. Next is how can we install heat sink and fan. Attach fan to the heat sink if not already attached. If your fan is already attached to the heat sink, we does not need to attach it again. But if your fan is not attached to the heat sink, first attach the fan to the heat sink. Apply a thin layer of compound to chip surface. As we have seen in the tools diagram, we have a heat sink compound. Apply thin layer, thin coat of that compound to the chip surface. Attach heat sink by placing securely on the top of the processor and press down it gently. Bend clips in the place to hold sink. So bend all the clips so that we can hold it sink. Make sure there is a good contact between sink and chip surface. It means there should be a direct communication or direct link between sink and chip surface. Wipe off any excess compound. If there is a lot of compound and some extra compound, just wipe off it. Plug power cord from fan to fan power pins on motherboards. Now you just need to connect the or give the power supply. Next is how to install the RAM in the desktop PC. How can we install the RAM? Now see, in order to install the RAM, we have two types of memory modules used on the most PCs. One is DIMM, that is 168 pin and used on the current machine. Second is SIMM, that is 72 pin. DIMM is dual, S stands for single. That's why it's a 168 pin and it's a 72 pin. Look at the motherboard map to determine which bank to place DIMM1 module in. Orient the DIMM chip over the slot and insert into slot. It means first you need to find it on the motherboard where we have to install the RAM, and after that you just need to insert it on the RAM slot. Lock in the place by closing levers. So once you find the RAM chip place on the motherboard, then insert into the slot, then lock it. Now see, DIMM stands for dual inline memory module. SIMM stands for single inline memory module. Now your task is to locate correct slot for installing single channel RAM. Now see on the motherboard where we have a memory chip slot where we can insert the RAM chips. So this is the memory chip slot where we can add the extra memory or a RAM memory. The slots on the motherboard where you install RAM modules are technically called DIMM slots. So these two slots is called a DIMM slots, means dual inline memory slots where we can insert the RAM slots. This first slot should be labeled as, first one is called DIMMAI on the motherboard in a tiny writing. They are written in a very small words or in a very small alphabets. So first task is to find where we have our memory chips. Once you find the memory chips, just insert your RAM. Unlock the slots on motherboards. Now I want to insert the memory chip. First task is to unlock the slots, open the slots. Before grabbing your memory, you need to unlock a small clip, or you have to, it may be a one clip or a two on the motherboard memory socket. Once you open it, you just need to insert your memory chip. Insert the RAM module. Now the slot is opened, you just need to insert the RAM module. Insert RAM into one end of the socket first, then you can insert RAM into the other end. It means don't insert the RAM, full RAM directly. Try to insert it on the one end, then slowly insert the full RAM into the slot. Now confirm the slot is locked. Once you find the slot on the motherboard, RAM chip is inserted. Now your task is to lock the slot once you install the RAM properly. Now next step is connect to the power supply cables. We have installed the motherboard, we have installed the CPU, we have installed the heat sink, we have installed the fan, then memory slot is done, memory RAM chip is inserted. Next step is to connect the power supply cables. So in this you have to connect the power supply cables. Locate two large wire leads from power supply. Locate 12-pin power connector on the motherboard. Now see the power connector on the motherboard. Be sure black wires are in the middle beside one another. So these are the steps you have to follow when we are going to connect the power supply cables. Now next is how can we install a graphic card? For this you just need to use AGP, Advanced Graphic Expansions. If it is available, try to use AGP. Remove slot, insert and insert graphic card by aligning pins and gently applying pressure. Now your next step is to find out where we have a graphic card connector. Once you find it on the motherboard, then insert the graphic card. Secure to case with screw. See, these are the steps. First, if you have a AGP expansion slot, then try to use it. Second is find out where we can insert the graphic card on the motherboard. Once you find the location, insert your graphic card over there. Handle the case with screw so that it does not create any type of problem. Next is attach hard drive and CD-ROM. Now task is to how can we attach hard drive and CD-ROM. Install hard drive away from power supply, which can act like a magnet and destroy data. So make it sure that when we are installing the hard drives, it keep away or take away from a power supply. So this power supply is plug out. Keep the hard drive near front of the case to benefit from air drawn into case and keep away from other hardwares. So when you are installing the hard drive or attaching the hard drive, you just need to make it sure that power supply is not there, and it is a separate or different, or it is not located near to some other hardwares. Slide drive into selected drive rail and screw drive into place. It means first you need to select or check where we have to attach it. When you find the location, just insert or attach the hard drive. Next is attach the ribbon cable to the primary controller of the motherboard and attach power cord. After doing all the steps, you just need to attach the ribbon cable to the primary controller of the motherboard, and now you can go to attach the power cord. Now mount your power supply. Switch on your power supply. This is the power supply buttons. Switch it on. This one. Now close the case and connect peripherals. It means you have to close the cabinet or CPU and connect some other devices with it. Get the rest of PC components like monitor, keyboard, mouse, speakers, etc., which will connect now. Because we have done with assembling, motherboard installed, CPU is installed, RAM installed, heatsink installed, fan installed. Now your task is to close your case and attach some external devices with it. Connect the VGA cable of the monitor into the VGA port. As you all know that we have a VGA port, we have a LAN, Ethernet LAN port, we have a microphone port, audio port, speaker ports. So if mouse, keyboard are PS by 2, then connect them to PS2 port or else use the USB port. Now it's your choice. You want to attach your peripherals with a USB port.